Welcome to the first episode of the NFT Experience Show. In this show, we interview marketing leaders to learn how they use NFTs to build communities, increase fan engagement, and reward loyalty. Today, I'm welcoming Stefan Colins to the show, and Stefan is the marketing director at Venly and is passionate about Web3 marketing opportunities. Hi, Stefan.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Fine. GM.
Yeah, GM, man. And the V from Venly.
Yes, of course.
Stefan, maybe to start first, can you please introduce Venly to the audience and explain a bit more what your role exactly is as a marketing director there in the team?
Yes, of course. So Venly is a blockchain technology provider creating products to help companies succeed in Web3. We provide a complete technology stack to bring brands, apps, games, and platforms into Web3. So our solutions provide really a familiar Web2 experience to make blockchain really accessible, both for developers and for users alike. And we are on a mission to onboard the next billion people into Web3. So if you position us, we are a layer between the blockchain and your project. So you as a studio game a developer, you don't need to have a blockchain developer in-house. You can leverage our SDK and APIs to build on top of blockchain. And as we are blockchain agnostic, with the power of our APIs and SDKs, you have like a lot of blockchains at your fingers, and you can do what you do the best as developing applications or games. We also have Web3 Gaming SDK for game developers, and we also have an official Shopify API. So all storefronts can now start selling NFTs, and we just actually released together with Mutiny a storefront where people can buy an NFT with utility, and you can go to the metaverse fashion show in Paris, virtual, with an NFT
Wow.
bought on the Shopify store. Yeah, and your question, what I'm doing? I'm head of marketing and community together with Surya, responsible for daily operations at Venly. So we have a 14-headed marketing team with the core focus of B2B today, but we will expand to B2C in the future. And yeah, focusing on social media, content strategy. Of course, we are a business, so lead generation for a biz dev is quite important. And of course, community building for Venly, but also for our own Meta project. So we have an NFT project, the Meta which is an access pass which bring 15 metaverse together with solely one NFT.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, everyone knows that the Web3 space is quite young, but correct me if I'm wrong. Venly is already a bit of a time into the space. Can you tell a bit more about the growth that you have gone through the last recent years?
Yeah, so Venly is founded in 2018 for the four founders, which are from Belgium. They were actually blockchain developers developing dApps themselves, and they very quickly saw that there was an issue with user onboarding and making transfers on blockchain easy. So instead of developing really applications, they want to fix the pain that a lot of developers had. So, and that's how Venly, previous our name was Arcane Network, but we rebranded our company a year ago to Venly. So, and from there on, we really focused on user onboarding. So we really want to onboard people, but with Web2 familiar thing, because yeah, MetaMask is cool. It's for crypto savvy people, but if you're a
Yeah.
mainstream user and you want to do stuff in Web3, it's very hard. And yeah, people are confused how to use a MetaMask and install a browser extension. With our solution, you just use your social login like Google, Facebook, or even just an email address, and in less than 10 seconds, you have an account and a wallet. And that's actually our focus. And now today we added quite some tools to our product stack, and now we have a full ecosystem to make developers the way easier to do blockchain development without actually having the blockchain knowledge. So we are now with 60 people. I
Wow,
think I was
60
number
people already. That's
yeah, I was
impressive.
number 10 or 12 in the company, started in December 21.
Wow.
And now we are with 60 people across the world. I think we have 50 nationalities in the company. So yeah, it's quite a growth, and happy that we closed our Series A last year. So we have yeah, some budget available to build and to make our products even better and scale our business and onboard more companies into Web3.
Yeah, you were explaining that that one of the main USPs of Venly is, of course, to guide people through the onboarding steps in creating a wallet, making it really familiar by using their social logins. But also for your own community, yeah, it's quite challenging, I think, to get people onboarded in the Venly community. But I went through your Discord channel and I see what you guys are posting and doing on Twitter every day. Can you tell us a bit more? Did that grow organically? What was it part of a strategy? Yeah, how does that fit within the marketing strategy that company has put in front of?
Yeah, it's a good question, and like community building and Web3 is quite important. But the difficulty is we are not an NFT project, we are not a game, but we are like a SaaS platform providing tools to developers. So back in the days, I guess 2 years ago, the community was focusing more on the development part. We had developers chats and channels where developers could reach out to us and ask questions about our products. And then we decided to launch our first NFT project. So, and that's what we then revamped actually the Discord from a developer community towards a more B2C community,
Wow.
where we bring our what our mission is actually to educate people in Web3 about metaverses, NFTs, and games. So the focus of our community today is indeed really to bring people in, to let them know what's happening in Web3 regarding gaming, NFTs, and metaverses, and yeah, to just connect with like-minded people. But we are in Web3, so community is also a bit aligned with the market sentiment. And even though we are not a crypto token company, but we're providing tools for blockchain developers who are in crypto, we feel like the sentiment is quite related to how the sentiment in the market is. So it's indeed hard, but we believe that the community is very important, not only for us, but also for our customers.
Yeah,
Because we, as a marketing team, we also provide support to our customers, and we introduce projects to our community to say, hey, this is a new Venly customer, this is what they do, and yeah, we introduce the projects from our partners to our community. So
that's
community,
cool. So
that's
that's
very
really a
important.
pay it forward role that you're playing. I imagine that you partner with a lot of those popular Web3 gaming things. So you see the game, your own customers are the partners, and you connect those partners to the community that Venly already has, of course, by educating them.
Yeah.
Okay, they might be playing one game, and by doing a campaign on another game, you can onboard them in the other game as well with the same Venly wallet, I guess.
True, because we have a wallet, and the wallet acts, if you use the widget, acts as a single sign-on. So, for instance, we onboarded over 1.5 million users for the sandbox. If you own a sandbox account connected to our Venly wallet, you can go to other platforms who also uses our widget. So, and that's the strength of our product. You don't need to create other accounts and other widgets and wallets. You just use the same account where you can then go across the metaverse. And this is our mission, and this is where we want to position our community. So we are connecting, or we want to connect different communities and let people know who owns the wallet, how they can navigate into the metaverse. And this is what we want to achieve with the community and with the community team. And also we have a market, Venly.market. It's a beta NFT market on top of our own APIs to show what we are capable of. And this is also what we want to do with the community. We're supporting NFT drops and people who want to list their NFT on our secondary marketplace, just also to introduce NFTs and the utility behind the NFTs to our community. So the community is not a product, it's a free service, but it's really important, we believe, and the mission with Venly to really be a connector and to bring brands and communities together.
Yeah, of course. Stefan, you know that there is chat, of course, here also in the stream, and people are actually using the chat. I have one question that might be interesting to zoom in a bit because it's, of
Okay.
course, related to your product, and it's quite important that people understand exactly what Vanly does, of course. It's a question related to the social login. So we were talking about how Vanly Wallet makes it easy to onboard people in creating a wallet. And the question question from that user is, okay, but if you then use your social logins and using the logins to create a wallet, is it then not a step back from the decentralization of what Web3 actually is? Does people give them to Venly all their social identity, or how does that works? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a a good question. That's also an interesting question. So indeed, you connect your social account to the platform to be able to create a wallet. But we are mainly focusing today on non-crypto savvy people. So because we believe if we want to bring the mass to Web3, that they don't know how to create. Like it's a discussion between custodial and non-custodial, how you're going to create a wallet and stuff like that. So indeed, we are using the social connection. It's not that we are uh, collecting the data and sell the data to other platforms, but we solely use it as an authentication level. So because the security level is built into the SSO of the different partners we are using, we know that they are real users. So you cannot, yeah, you should be a real user because all the vetting is being developed at the Facebook part and LinkedIn part. So people connect the wallet, and then we know, okay, this is the user, and it's important because projects that reach out to us, they really want to know who their user is, and then you can have the discussion. Okay, you KYC, I want to be an anonymous user, but at the end of the day, we also believe, and we are a European company, so we are also related to compliance and all the MiCA stuff that is happening over time. KYC will be very important to make the industry bigger and more secure. So we believe that the KYC that is now integrated in the wallet and in the marketplace is something that will be not forced, but will be needed to bring a more secure or to build a more secure Web3. But it is like that indeed. People connect with their socials because it's a user, and behind the scenes we create a wallet because the how you use it and the user experience is so important. And we have all security in place that people cannot just get the data, but they are actually owner of their account and they are connected and they grant access to the wallet just for the authentication part. And the wallet behind the scenes is connected to the key of the social platform itself. But we do not own any data of the user or whatever.
Yeah, and of course, the user still has the option. You can use your socials, but it's also possible to create a wallet with just an email address, and of course,
Yeah,
then you're free. What kind of address you're using? So I think
yeah,
like it's
true.
just
But it's a
easy.
good.
It's like how people are used today, how to create a login to a regular website. So now it's just okay. I will create a wallet the way I used to creating logins before. So, and that's, I
Yeah,
think,
because
genius. Yeah.
true, yeah, because in Web3, from the moment you do stuff in Web3 and you want to have NFTs and or tokens, you need a wallet, and then you have like it adds a layer of complexity on top of a project or on top of a platform, and this is what we want to achieve with what we are doing, and that's what we are achieving already for 4 or 5 years. So just by creating a wallet with your social account, like I said before, in less than 10 seconds, even in 6 seconds, you authenticate. You give the first time, if you don't have a wallet, you enter a PIN code like you are used to with a bank card or a credit card. Your wallet is created and you're good to go, and then you can navigate through the metaverse with your account connected to different metaverses.
Super nice. To go a bit deeper on the community, Stefan, how many channels are you today using to be in contact with your community? Is that just one channel, Twitter, or
No.
no?
No, and that's indeed a challenge. So today we have our Discord with several channels. So if you want to join venly.io/Discord, and you can join our Discord. But we also have the venly.io official Twitter account. We have the MetaRing Twitter account, and we have the Venly Market Twitter account. So we own three Twitter accounts and then our Discord. And then the challenge is, of course, how we can aggregate all the data together and get an overview of, okay, who is our community member, what do they want to achieve. And yeah, we are marketeers, and there should be like a funnel to know who is in our community, what are they in for in the community, and how can we potentially also help them, because everybody is joining a community for a reason, and we see people who are living in our social network more on Twitter that aren't on our Discord, and we also have the other way around. So the way they can react and respond to us and want to interact with us, that is also the channel they choose to join. So Twitter is more for the bigger audience, where Discord is more like, yeah, being a member of the project and chat with like-minded people and stuff. But yeah, we have different channels, different ways for communication, and that's indeed why the community portal came or is coming to life soon.
Yes, there you're mentioning it. So you decided to build a community portal. If it's okay for you, then I will show like the audience a quick preview of how it will look like. I know that you will officially launch it in the coming weeks, but of course you're already pre-filling the content. Maybe you can explain to the audience while I'm clicking a bit around what like the goal is of that additional community channel, because in fact it's another channel on top of the Discord, on top of Twitter, on top of whatever you guys and the Telegram gram groups that you guys are using. But it's another channel on top. Maybe you can explain a bit more, like why another channel? I
Yeah,
will.
yeah, yeah. You can share it.
All right,
Indeed,
that's
it's the first
great.
time we actually show it in public. Our team is working hard today to fill in and to add like the events for the upcoming weeks. But the question about why? So indeed, because we have different channels and we have different audiences, we have people on Twitter on different channels, we have our Discord. We do a lot of Twitter spaces, we do a lot of game nights, we do a lot of giveaway campaigns together with our partners. And we actually missing a platform where we can centralize. Funny and using this word, and people always smile when I say centralize, but we really want to bring data together and to have like a nice platform which is Venly branded to show actually our community, okay, this is the one-stop shop you should be to know and to be up to date what's happening. And it's like cross channel, like there will be stuff that's happening on our Discord, there will be giveaways together with our partners, so we will have pages for every project, for every Twitter space we are doing, for every giveaway we are doing. And the idea is, of course, to like leverage utility to Venly wallet owners. So you see, it's a gated community portal. So by at the top, but we are not going to do it now. People need to do it when we launch it. But at the top, you connect your Venly wallet. If you don't have one, you just can create one. So in less than 10 seconds, you have your wallet. And then based on what you have or own as an NFT, we can add like layers on top. And I already explained you that we have our own NFT project, the MetaRing.
Yeah.
So we will release resources and utility for MetaRing owners. So it's really when you connect the wallet, the system behind is checking if you have the smart contract in your wallet. And it's a very easy Web2 familiar way. Just connect and everything, all the magic happenings behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, it's really to see, okay, what token do you own? And based on the token, we want to leverage the utility to the specific user who is logging in the platform. So today it's mainly uh, explaining what events we are doing. We're also releasing reports. So we have Venly Ventures. Venly Ventures is actually working together with game studios and doing initial investments.
Uh-huh.
Once in a while, we will release actually a Web3 game
Hmm.
report to our MetaRing owners. So if you are a MetaRing owner, Venly Ventures will do analysis of Web3 projects and we will share it with our audience. But this is like actually with the deepest circle of our community. But we, of course, have also other resources which are available for the public. So without having a wallet, and then of course also if you own a wallet, you are in the first layer of our community. But
Yeah.
the mission today is communicate communication together, give them a nice overview of what we are doing, adding utility over time, and we will release the portal with a campaign where people will be able to join an event and start claiming NFTs because, like I said before, the wallet is a single sign-on. So if you go to our portal, you're able to claim an NFT and then go immediately to the platform or to the game and use your NFT. This is how we want to make the circle around and showcase how easy our solutions work
But that's
together.
great. So to summarize a bit for the audience, if you look, for example, to the resource page on your community portal. You see some articles that are public for everyone, so you don't need to log in order to get access and read how to create, of course, a Venly wallet or to go to your monthly updates. But then you have some gated articles, and if I get it right, it's like you can install gating on two levels. So you can just gate by connecting your wallet, logging in with your Venly wallet, and then other articles have like an additional security layer on top, let us say like that, or a cookie layer, or how you can call it. And here to read, for example, the Web3 game Ravenquest report, then you also need that meta ring. And that's the way how the meta ring gets more and more utility on top of it. Is that
Yeah,
how it works?
that's true. Yeah, that's how it works. And why we do this, because MetaRing is now connected to several projects, but we are early in the space, and like projects where we are connected to are still building stuff. We also want to deliver from Venly out utility to MetaRing owners, but not only to MetaRing owners, also to wallet owners. So, and the idea behind the portal, the community portal, is also like you see here, bringing the ecosystem, the metaverse ecosystem together. And now you see like the projects that are listed on our community portal.
Mm-hmm.
Every project was in a Twitter space or are delivering utility or as doing a giveaway together with the community. And every project also gets their own page. So for instance, if you go to the sandbox page, if you click on this one,
Yeah, we'll
if
do
you
it.
can do so,
Okay.
yeah, then you see like a smart summary. Okay, what is the sandbox? But again, we are here to educate people. So if people don't know the sandbox, they now know what it is. The sandbox is also working with us together for bringing more utility to the meta ring. So in the future with the meta ring, you will have utility in the sandbox itself. So this is one NFT, an interoperable NFT connecting to different platforms. And then also we showcase here what events we are doing together with them. So we will bring sandbox community towards this specific page. And probably, or maybe we do like a special NFT for the community where people on this page owning a Venly wallet can start claiming it and use it immediately in one of the seasons in the sandbox, as an example.
Wow. And I think that is great because I think now people step by doing this kind of projects understand that NFTs are more than just a JPEG on the blockchain. It's like it's everything that is related to new utility. And what you're showing here is okay, we can use NFTs to really target the right content in front of the right audience. Is that how you look at it? Is that kind of new way of doing content marketing? Because of course you're going way back into the marketing industry. So you told me that you already had two agencies before this. So is that the
Yep.
major shift that you see happening in content marketing, going from the traditional way of doing things and grabbing people their emails, the sooner the better? What's your idea? What's your vision about that?
I have a very strong opinion on this, but it's also a bit my personal opinion. But first of all, I believe that how we are using NFTs in the space today is not the way we will use it in a few years, because an NFT is very, very smart, a smart contract. You can do so much, you can add so much functionality. So over time, you people will add functionality to the smart contracts, and now indeed a lot of NFTs are just images, but we already see that the industry is becoming more mature and that they are adding utility on top of it. So you see like a lot of musicians and like Spotify announced that
Yeah,
they want to use NFTs for gated content. I know that Shopify is also using gated
yeah.
content.
Ticketmaster,
Ticketmaster is
yeah,
Ticketmaster is going to use it. So you see that they understand that like a token in an NFT is a way of being connected with your community, and owning a real NFT or owning an NFT in a wallet, it's like a proof of ownership. Then you know the user has a specific NFT, and if you then go to a specific platform, you just read the wallet and you know, okay, it's in the wallet, it's on chain, it's the proof of ownership, it's true. Besides that, I believe that we go from Web 2, where we are using cookies and stuff, which our the marketeers are using a lot,
yeah.
to a cookieless industry. So in Web 3, the wallet will be your centerpiece, how you will be connected. across the metaverse. And then there will be a lot of new challenges coming for marketeers. And this is actually what we already want to do. I challenged our growth marketeers already today to think about how we will do marketing and how we will support our partners in the future when cookies are done over and that we only have the wallet and on-chain data. And this is where I strongly believe, and not maybe in 1 or 2 years, but if I see how many big brands and how many big companies looking into Web3 today and to make it part of their Web3 strategy, I strongly believe that your wallet on chain will be the way you will identify on one or more platforms. And so all the NFTs you have in your wallet will be forming your final identity. And this is where I believe that we are going. I know it sounds maybe a little bit crazy, but at the end of the day, that's the power of blockchain. You have the proof of ownership, you have the proof of attending, like the POAPs. It's very, everybody wants to do POAPs today. If you go to an event, you can claim POAPs. I have a shitload of POAPs already in my in my wallet. But what are we going to do with it? So, and then the power is,
Absolutely.
if for instance I have an NFT and you have an NFT, and I want to work together with your community, I support your NFT together. And if for instance the board apes will work together with
Yeah.
another NFT community, if you have both of the NFTs together, then you will unlock extra power. And I just give an example because everybody knows what Yuga Labs is doing on the board apes, but it's for everything. It's for every product. It's for every brand, and that's why we also see a lot of loyalty programming doing their first steps into Web3. So wallet first.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a great insight because, in fact, what you're saying is that the NFTs that are stored in your own wallet by issuing them as a marketeer, it's like the ideal tactic to fight GDPR and all the clungy stuff that you need to do with to comply with the right to be forgotten and all that type of things. Because, in fact, like if I buy your Meta Ring NFT and I decide to transfer it to another wallet, yeah, then you will not be able to see it anymore, or I can control my own access right because I own the NFT. And that is great, of course, because I think, and that is cool to elaborate a bit on that. You were mentioning the sandbox, for example. With the content gating platform, I decide measures content gating platform that you are using, it's perfectly possible to, for example, add another rule that detects on, for example, a sandbox collection as well. So it's not
Yeah,
limited to only that one meta-ring connection. You can, in fact, gate on top of any chain that's out there on the blockchain, on any contract that's out there on the blockchain, if I understand it right.
yeah, true. Because it lives on chain and we connect to chain, and yeah, working together with Site Manager to make the community portal yeah, bring it to life. That's an interesting part here. And indeed, what we can do now, and today we only have the gated tier for metaring, but for instance, if another community comes to us or another game comes to us and they want to have their own division on the community portal, that they need to own a metaring and another NFT, that's perfectly doable. Because again, you don't need to integrate other API calls or running somewhere a micro or a centralized microservice. You don't have to do this. You just read a wallet, you see what the smart contract address is, you combine it in the server logic, and you're good to go. And this again the power. So if I transfer my metaring to you, Alex, you can now go to the platform. I will not have access anymore because I only own, for instance, one metaring, but now you have all the utility. So the utility is not on the the player's profile or the user's profile, but it's in the NFT. And if you know that you can add and change metadata of an NFT, so dynamic NFTs, this is becoming very interesting. Because if I have, for instance, a Gucci NFT, and if I buy stuff on a Gucci website and they are adding data into my smart contract, they can start using the data into the smart contract to see what I do on chain and how I'm related to them. So it's a total different approach, but at the end of the day, the smart contract, the NFT, how we are using it today is just the
Yeah.
tip of the iceberg, and I believe that this is the way to go for the future.
So the challenge is trying, as a marketeer, trying to do the same as you're used to in the past 10 years, let us say, but doing it in an innovative way that you can reach your same audience without having having or claiming their email addresses. So also by retargeting and all that kind of stuff, that's what you're saying a bit, that you see new tools popping up to be able to communicate with the wallet instead of communicate it with the email address. Is that right?
Yeah, true. And it adds again a layer of complexity here
Yeah,
because you don't reach out and you don't spam people anymore. And it's also not the idea of just creating NFTs and drop it in everybody's wallet as a banner because yeah, wallets have spam filters or there will be a lot of powerful spam filters coming to the Web3 space. So, but indeed, it's how you connect to a brand, and it's more about I'm owning a part of a brand rather than you have my data. So, and you also maybe already know what soulbound NFT are. So,
yeah,
a soulbound NFT is a non-transferable NFT where you, over time, maybe have your full identity in, and you as the owner, you decide what platform can use what data. So, for instance, if I go to a website, they just can read my email address or my name. But if I use my NFT to connect to my doctor, they can, of course, see my blood pressure and all the stuff. I'm making a big difference here. But just to explain what Soulbound's NFT are, I cannot transfer it because it's my NFT. It's connected to my person. So you can do a lot of NFTs with NFTs and stuff like that. But yeah, indeed. But it should be part for a brand of part of their Web3 strategy, and it's not just to we sell an NFT and we get quick rich and whatever we do. No, that's not the purpose here, and that's a bit what happened in 2021. A lot of NFT projects were actually released solely for selling out without really delivering utility and promising a lot. But if you do this right and you have the right strategy, and as a brand, you use like a mid-term and a long-term strategy, how you will use the NFTs over time,
yeah,
that will be for me the successful projects. But we are in a very early stage. We are still in the I call it the experimental phase.
yeah.
Everybody is experimenting and seeing how people are reacting, and it's yeah. I don't want to call it the Wild West, but it's a wild trip.
It's super nice. I really want to wish you good luck in launching the community portal, Stefan. I guess people will hear everything about it on your channels, of course, and on the Venly channels. I will maybe reach out for once to the audience if there are any questions. I don't see new questions popping up, but if there are, yeah, please
Yeah,
do so.
I see. I see one question like, what would you say has been your biggest struggle in creating the Venly community?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's indeed the focus of the community. So what's the focus of the community? What's the narrative of the community? And then of course, um, because we are related to blockchain and blockchain projects are on crypto, the market sentiment is something you have not in control. And sometimes you do Twitter spaces for 200 people, sometimes you do Twitter spaces for 20 or 5 people. Yeah, it's painful because at the end of the day, it costs the same effort. But if you believe in what you do and if you have the right story to tell and you're here to stay, then people will come over time. And it's just being consequent in what you do it on the same rhythm, show the community that you're there, even that the community is only 10 people today or 1,000 people. Connect with the people. These will become over time your ambassadors, and if you have ambassadors, they will share the love in other communities and hopefully bring in more people uh, that are like-minded. So
Yeah, and go beyond the hype and keep on building. I think that summarized everything beautifully, isn't it?
build in the bear, harvest in the bull.
That's how it goes. Yeah, to the audience, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the NFT Experience Show. For the second episode, we also have a great project that we will talk about more. It will be the release of the Magic Circle from Studio 100. It's a big media company. You can expect the show at the end of April. So please stay tuned to our channels and see you next NFT Experience Show. Bye.
Bye bye. Cheers.